and then there was a Democratic senator's brother that had a gas line to his outside grill detached, and the gas line was spewing gas all over the place in his backyard. I guess they were hoping somebody would walk out the door and light a cigarette, and the place would blow up, but that's not the case. It wasn't that much gas, but it did put out a real odor around the house. And now the FBI and the police department there in Virginia are looking into things like that. So there are people on both sides are just going off the deep end, Mr. Chapman.
Well, they shouldn't, and that's something they should not be doing. You know, we still have Congress to be able to put our complaints through, and once the legal avenues are gone, then you can go and do the things you want to do. But you have to be ready to suffer the consequences if you either get caught or you get into a gun battle with law enforcement. So, you know, don't be short-sighted. I wouldn't do any of it. You're just looking for trouble.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was talking with on the show yesterday. It's not the time. We should sit back and be prepared, be ready to defend our homes. But the bottom line is, don't go out there like a one-man lunatic and start causing trouble. We're going to have enough of that in the future. I have a lady here that says that, what's up? All my friends or all my family think I'm crazy because I see the evils of Obama. And here's a question for you. Why isn't the media telling the truth, Mr. Chapman?
It hasn't told the truth for 50 years. Why would they start now? The media that you're usually talking about is controlled all by the same group of people, and has been for a long time. And so you're not going to get anything truthful or informative from them.
Okay. We got a question here. We'll have to come in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Malone, Range III, A Marines Disquisition, with Bob Chapman. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The title song, Pendulum, by Jordan Page. Very well-spoken words for the time and the era that we're living here in the United States of America. And many of us, like Mr. Bob Chapman and I, are caught in the middle. And we see what's coming. And our support has got to be for the military, because we're going to have to stand up for the educated military men to say they've had enough. This is not the Constitution that they're dying for. This is not the Constitution, Bill of Rights, as for the states in which they represent. They are more educated than the average American. Ladies and gentlemen, the pendulum swings, and we've got to take America back. Bob Chapman is here with me today to talk to you about your salvation as well as your protection with your financial wherewithal. You have a question, you want to call into the show, you got a question, if you're in the chat room, we're open for those. And Mr. Chapman's phone number, if you want to call him after the show, 800-375-4188. I repeat, 800-375-4188. And those of you in the chat room, if you would please, when you ask me to post something up on the net, make sure you let me know the specific thing you're looking for, because I don't know where we're at on the delay that gets to me on the chat room. The one question I do have as we bring Mr. Chapman back on the air, Mr. Chapman, what if we spend what little extra we have on gold coins? Can the government come in and outlaw the gold again? Not good at history, but it seems like they've done this before, and having gold bullion or some such as in the past, the government pulled it away from the citizen. Do you think they'll do it again?
Government can do anything they want, or at least they can attempt to. And as you see, they don't pay any attention to the Constitution anymore. They ram legislation through Congress in a totally unorthodox manner. So the people behind government and the people in government, they don't care what we think anymore. They're just going to do what they're going to do. So with that kind of thought pattern prevailing, then we can expect that things are going to get even more difficult than they are already. And so government can do what it wants to do. They can try to take your guns, your coins, your children. They'll do anything they want if they can get away with it.
Last week, Mr. Sotomayor was appointed, or made a comment that she was appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, and therefore she was responsible to him and not to the people of the United States. This was then caught on and recorded on tape. Mr. Chapman, what do you think about a statement made by this judge that was appointed by Barack Obama? What would happen if the people stood up and found out that he wasn't born in the United States, he was dismissed? Would Sotomayor be taken off the Supreme Court?
Well, I think it's a national disgrace. She shouldn't be saying things like that, even if they were true. And she's dumb to have said it. But then again, that's why she was appointed. She's not that swift. She belonged to the Elysian Society, which she's since left. And that is a group of lesbians. And I guess that this is Mr. Obama's lesbian appointment.
Mr. Chapman, there have been other appointments over the last year and a half. It appears that Mr. Obama has appointed not only communists and queers, he's also appointed people that are directly involved with higher banks, such as Goldman Sachs, and these are the people that we've had to bail out. What's going to happen to these people when the truth be known that they are just an elite taking care of the elite?
Well, I think what all of you people in the military should know, that everybody at Goldman Sachs has been buying guns. So if you have to go to Goldman Sachs, be prepared for somebody to shoot back at you. But short of that, that's silly. But you see, they know what they've done. They know that the people know what they've done, and they're afraid now. And they should be. Because, you know, they don't know it, or maybe they do by getting weapons. But the people know now who's doing what to them. And they don't like it very much. They're losing everything. Their jobs, their homes, their cars, some instances even their children. And when you get people in that kind of a position, it's very volatile. And I don't think that the people of Goldman Sachs are going to be able to fight off maybe 80 million veterans, for starters. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking about. They're a bunch of streetwise idiots. They don't have any street smarts. And that's very common in Wall Street. I worked there for a long, long time. And so all of which the gentleman said in his note is true. And that's just the way the country has going, and it will continue to go. Nothing's going to stop this except revolution.
This is from a United States Marine. I can't tell you where he's stationed at because this is very disturbing. Mr. Chairman, if we as commanding officers get together to do as you stated earlier, and we wait for a Supreme Court to rule on Barack Obama as being born or not born in the United States, but we come forth and unite as lower-ranking officers to do something about this cabal in Washington that we have seen going on for years, do you feel, Mr. Chapman, that we're going to get any help from other countries around the world, or is this going to be we, the people of America, under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, against the evils of Washington, D.C., united with other governments?
Well, I think you're going to see the evils of Washington, D.C. united with other governments, and I think that there is an outside chance that they might even bring active foreign troops into the country, which would be a terrible mistake for them, because they wouldn't last 2 seconds. Because if the military, our military, didn't stop them, the public would. And don't forget, we get all those vets out there and all those combat-trained people, and you might be a little heavier in weight, but you still know what to do. And so the path that they've taken is now irreversible and has been for some time. And they think that they're going to be able to order the military around to do things that they really don't want to do and shouldn't be doing.